Syphilis is on the increase across England and here in Yorkshire. So what is it? How do I prevent getting it? What are its symptoms? And how is it treated? Syphilis is a serious bacterial infection, most commonly transmitted during unprotected anal or vaginal sex, but it can be transmitted during oral sex, especially in the early infectious stage when someone is unlikely to know that they have it. It can also be transmitted by close physical contact with a syphilis rash or by sharing injecting equipment. So the best way to reduce risk is by using condoms and water-based lubricant, condoms or dental dams for oral sex, including rimming, and gloves for fisting. It's safest not to share sex toys, but if you do, cleaning them thoroughly after each person will reduce the risk of transmission. The symptoms of syphilis usually occur in 3 main stages, but many people have no or vague symptoms, which is why syphilis is known as the Great Mimic. During the first stage, a painless but very infectious sore appears. This can develop anywhere on the body, but it might not even be visible, though it usually appears in the genital area, bum or mouth. This sore can last 2 to 6 weeks before disappearing. If you don't get it treated at this stage, syphilis may progress to the second stage. The second stage is marked by a number of symptoms, including a blotchy red rash that can appear anywhere on the body, including on the palm of the hands or soles of the feet. You may also get flu-like symptoms such as tiredness, headaches, joint pains, and a high temperature. These symptoms usually pass within a few weeks, although they may come and go over several months. If you don't get any treatment at this stage, it may progress to stage 3. Without treatment, syphilis can last for years without any symptoms. Eventually, it can spread to parts of the body such as the brain or nerves, and it can cause potentially life-threatening problems. Although a serious disease that can cause major damage to your health, the good news is that as soon as syphilis is diagnosed, the simpler it is to treat. Most early diagnosed cases can be treated with 1 shot of antibiotics. If you have HIV, syphilis can be harder to treat, so it's particularly important that you get diagnosed and treated early. If you think you come into contact with syphilis or have symptoms, go to your local sexual health clinic. You can find your nearest one by visiting our website www.yorsexualhealth.org.uk. At the clinic, a gentle swab will be taken from the sore if you have one, and we'll take a blood sample. While you're with us, you can test for chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV and other STIs. And if you're a man who has sex with other men or sex working, you can get a free hepatitis B vaccination. We will always tell you what we're testing for, and it's fine to say no to any test that you don't want. Because it's possible to become infected with syphilis without getting any symptoms, it's recommended that you have a checkup after each new sexual partner or every 3 months if you have multiple sexual partners. If syphilis is diagnosed, it's recommended that you don't have any sex, including oral, for at least 1 week after your treatment. Ideally 2 weeks, just to make sure that your infection is fully treated. It's also important that any regular partner has their shots too, so that you don't keep passing it on to each other. To find out more about syphilis, where to get tested and treated, visit our website www.yorsexualhealth.org.uk.